Well, good afternoon and welcome inside the Ice Center. And as we've done before, I'll bid you congratulations. You've made it to Wednesday, more than halfway through the work week, and it's a very exciting battle we have for you this afternoon. Lancer hockey as the Lancers get set to take on the St. Thomas Saints. I'm Adam LaFleur, bringing you the action of two of the top teams in Division I here this afternoon. Lancers coming in with a record of 8-2. 32 points. That's good for third place in Division I. Meanwhile, St. Thomas coming in with a record of 8-1-1. That is good for second place in the division for the Saints. St. Thomas has 34 points. For the Lancers in their last game, it was a very successful outing. They defeated Trinity 7-1 on January 26th. That was a road game for Londonderry. Meanwhile, St. Thomas in their last outing picked up a 3-2 win against Pinkerton on Saturday, January 25th. Now, the only team in Division I with a better record than these two here in front of us today is Salem. The Salem Blue Devils have a record of 9-1 with 36 points. That is good for the number one spot in the division right now as we find ourselves already in the midway points of this season. So both Londonderry and St. Thomas trying to claw their way upward and catch up with Salem here this afternoon. And it should be a very good battle as the Lancers have easily skated through quite a few of their home games that we've brought you this season. This one could be quite the contrary as they face one of their tougher challengers here today. Just a minute, we'll have the starting lineups as you'll see the players skate out to their respective blue lines. Salem, I mentioned, in first place in Division I with their 9-1 record. We should note that Salem's only loss came against St. Thomas. The Saints defeated them 4-1 back on January 11th. So this St. Thomas team, the boys dressed in navy blue and white off to our right, is the only team to hand Salem a loss. Salem, of course, the number one team in the division. Starting up front for St. Thomas, number 17, Ty Turgeon. Also, number 6, Michael Torr. Glenn Wiswell, the number 13, also starting up front for the Saints. Meanwhile, back on defense for St. Thomas, Cam Vetter, number 4. And the number 5 of Michael Torr. As St. Thomas getting set up here, we'll meet the starting lineup for your Lancers now. Curtis Harper will start up front for Londonderry. He's back after missing a couple of games with a injury to his right forearm, so we'll see how he fares today. He'll start also starting up front for the Lancers, the number 10 of Cooper Roy. Also the captain, Eric Coburn, number 25. He'll start up front. Now the defensive pair will consist of Brett LaPlante, the number 12, making his way to the blue line, as well as the 18 of Brett Evangelista. There he is. And finally, in net for your Lancers this afternoon, it's going to be Mitch Schurch, number 33. And the rest of your Lancers making their way to the blue line. So we'll now pause for our national anthem, God Bless the United States of America. Londonderry Lancers and the St. Thomas Saints getting set for a battle up at the top of Division I here this afternoon from Salem's Ice Center. We're glad you could join us. As we mentioned, St. Thomas in second place in the division, Londonderry right behind them on their tail in third place. The winner of this game could certainly capture a lone foothold of second. That's what the Lancers are trying to do, and either team could gain ground on Salem up at the top of the division in the number 1 spot. A couple of scratches for the Lancers this afternoon. Number 4, Merrill Neiman is a scratch. Also, the number 3 senior Mike Donlin will not make an appearance on the ice tonight. Not sure exactly why, but he will sit this one out as the two teams conduct their pregame discussions at their respective nets. Londonderry and St. Thomas on a Wednesday afternoon, and it's a decent crowd for a pre-5 o'clock start here on this Wednesday, both a work day and a school day, but there's a decent amount of folks here to watch what should be a very tight game on paper. Of course, things don't always go that way. Anything could happen in front of us here today, as with any game. So we're just about set to go here. 15 minutes on the board for period number 1. Londonderry and St. Thomas here this afternoon. And we're glad you could join us on Leo 21 for Lancer Hockey. I'm Adam LaFleur. As center ice now, Coburn will take this draw against Ty Turgeon of the Saints. Get things underway. Lancers win the draw back as we begin. Brett Evangelista clears it down the near side. Into the corner it goes. Chasing after it, Curtis Harper now. Over in the far corner, he gives a pass to Coburn in there in the trapezoid right in front. Harper got a stick on it, couldn't get a shot away. Saints clear it out to center. Good early rush there for the Lancers as this one slides all the way down. It's an icing call against St. Thomas. So typically these tightly contested games on paper, they should be fairly low scoring. We'll see if that's the case. Not always the case in high school hockey, however. You can see just about anything, despite what this game should be according to the standings. Harper in behind the net now, tries to work a wraparound to the front. That hit a pad of the St. Thomas netminder. Now Cooper Roy along the near boards into Coburn there, right along the edge of the trapezoid. He battles with Cam Vetter of the Saints. Lancers hold this one in successfully. Harper in front feeds Coburn. He couldn't get a shot away. Oh, he was just ahead of that pass. Could have had a close range chance there. Now a shot comes wide from Turgeon of the Saints. St. Thomas trying to get something set up in the Lancers' end here, but Londonderry gets this one out to center where it's picked up by Nolan LaValle. He dumps this one down on net. Turned aside by Schurch. He keeps the play alive. Some help from both Brett LaPlante and Cooper Roy to clear this one out for the Lancers. Lucas Pula now on the attack down the near side, looking for it on the near boards. He's triple teamed though by a trio of navy blue shirts, and that allows St. Thomas to get it out to center where Jason Parker backhands this one down into the Saints' end. Over there now, Kyle Kopp for St. Thomas on it. He gets it to the near corner where it's picked up by Nolan LaValle. He waits there, holds on along the near boards down in his own end. Now clears it out to the red line where Mark Leach will get a stick on it. Back the other way it goes for the Lancers. Moriarty chips this one ahead, and down into the near corner it goes. Turning there was Kyle Kopp, sending it behind his own net. Lancers hold it in along the far side half wall. That was Poulin firing a shot wide. Now it comes out to center. We've got a whistle and an interference call coming up here. And it looks like it will be against the Lancers. Yes, it will, as Matt Moriarty goes to the box here in the early stages of this first period. So St. Thomas will get the man advantage here. First power play of this game goes to the visiting Saints here at only 1:54 into this first period. But the Lancers win the draw on defense. Mark Leach clears this one around and sends it all the way around the horn, slides out to the red line. Lancers clear the zone. Now it is Glenn Wiswell, the captain of the Saints, sending this one in down the near side. Leach back behind his own net, gets some help from Schurch, and that duo clears it out successfully. St. Thomas will go back and regroup in their own end. That is Neil Foster on it. Up ahead come the Saints down into the Lancers end. Leach gets a stick on it, however, for Londonderry. Clears it out once again, and this one is going to find its way all the way down. 1:23 left in the interference call against Moriarty. St. Thomas on the first power play of this game. Now starting out behind his own net, that was Foster once again for the Saints. Up ahead, he gives it to Glenn Wiswell, the captain of this navy blue and white squad. Wiswell turns and fires a shot just wide of the top right corner. Rung off the glass, came back down, and that allowed the Lancers to clear it out. Back there now for the Saints is Neil Foster once again. St. Thomas coming up to the red line. Ty Turgeon with it, working it down the far side, trying to work his way to the net. Instead, he's forced in behind nicely by Colby Austin of the Lancers, and Londonderry manages to clear this one out once again. Very effective penalty kill here for the Lancers. 38 seconds left in the interference minor against Moriarty. 11:40 remaining in the first period as the Saints have iced the puck on the power play. That means the faceoff will come all the way back down into the St. Thomas end. We're glad you could join us for Lancer hockey on this Wednesday, sort of midway between a matinee and an evening game, about a 5 o'clock start here this afternoon. There's the battle for the top of Division I, or the top of Division I behind Salem anyhow, as the second and third place teams do battle here today. This is Curtis Harper turning and clearing this one out of harm's way for the Lancers once again. 12 seconds left in the Moriarty penalty. Now St. Thomas trying to work it ahead. It's the 8 of Luke Pepin getting this one up ahead for the Saints. Now down behind the Lancers net it goes. Ryan Kearney in there looking for it for Londonderry. Up the far side, Coburn gets a stick on that. Some help from Harper, and the Lancers get it out. 2-on-1. Here's Coburn with the shot. He had Moriarty out of the box, but a nice save there by the St. Thomas netminder in the blue and white. And now the Lancers try to work it over on the far side half wall. Coburn comes away with this one, sends it to the near side for Evangelista, works it into the corner, turns and sends a pass through the slot. No one could get a stick on it there for Londonderry. Now back in behind, Coburn with it, turns into the far corner, double team, but he backhands a pass over to, that is Harper, working around the near side, sends a tough angled bid on. That went right through the slot in the air, didn't hit anybody. Now to the far side, Coburn to Poulin in behind the net. Lancers still managed to hold it in. Kearney at the far point. Now it's Coburn along the half wall. Turns, works his way around one man, fires a chippy shot up high into the far corner. Poulin over there looking for it. Now it's cleared out of harm's way by Greg Prue of the Saints. Good pressure there put on by Londonderry, however. That was perhaps better than any pressure St. Thomas was able to apply against the Lancers on their recent power play. Londonderry not looking too shabby here in the early stages today. 10:09 remaining in period number one. As a shot is turned right on. That was either Parker or Moriarty. Pad save there. And out it goes to the far side where Moriarty works it over to Leach. Turns around the near point. This one deflects way up high. Poulin gets a hold of it in the trapezoid. Sends it into the slot where the Saints defense will regroup and clear it out to neutral ice. Now up ahead looking for it is Neil Foster of the Saints. He goes down into the far corner. Lancers have both Parker and Colby Austin on him. That duo gets it free. Now Moriarty with it for Londonderry as the Lancers will move this one out to center. Long pass up ahead was ahead of Lucas Poulin as the Lancers go off on a line change. That allows the Saints to regroup. Not for long, though. Stolen away by Mark Leach. He clears this one back down. He'll chase after it himself into the near corner, but it's turned out to the line by... Now that was Foster. Coburn holds it in nicely there, though at the near point. Then he had it stripped from him by a Wiswell, the Saints captain, who works it up the near side now. And St. Thomas out to center. Over the red line, Wiswell, the captain of the Saints, coming in, looking to fire a shot. Blocked nicely there by the dive of Mark Leach. Good defensive play by the Lancer sophomore there to block that shot. Now Londonderry clears this one all the way down. Enough for an icing call, and a faceoff will come back in their own zone. 8:52 remaining in period number one. No score yet here this afternoon. Lancers and the St. Thomas Saints. As this draw won by the Saints down in the Lancers end. They hold it in at the blue line, now working in behind the Londonderry net. Ryan Benedetto on it there, only for a moment though. This is Brett LaPlante stealing this one away nicely, works it up the near side, some help from Nick Donnelly, and the Lancers move it back the other way. In comes Frank Winters, sent this one down the far side. Now it's both Donnelly and that was a shot from Evangelista. Before that, Alex LaPlante also looking forward for the Lancers. And a nice shot there, turned aside by the Saints netminder. Now back through the trapezoid it goes, where Nolan LaValle got a stick on it for St. Thomas. Still unable to clear it are the Saints, however. It's Brett Evangelista now, near point, turns a shot, fires it right on loose in the crease. Oh, that was the best chance of the Lancers for this game. It's still loose right there. And St. Thomas clears it away, but not out. Shot from the high slot now. Evangelista, that puck never left the ice. It was turned aside by the pad there of the goaltender, and we've got a cross-checking call on the play, I believe, coming up now, and it looks to be against the Saints. Yes, indeed it is. Cross-checking minor will go against Kyle Kopp of St. Thomas. So the Lancers will head to the power play here with 7:49 remaining in period number 1. Londonderry trying to open the scoring now. They go to the man advantage. It's Coburn on the draw. Wins it to Harper. Harper out to the point. Mark Leach turns and fires a shot on. Turned aside. It comes to the near corner. This one is cleared out by Luke Pepin of the Saints. Lancers come right back the other way, bringing it back in. Cooper Roy now turns, fed it through the slot. Nobody could get a stick on it for Londonderry. Curtis Harper turns, sends it to the far corner. Coburn over there, working it around the far side face-off circle. Over to Harper, turns and fires a shot right on it. Hit a skate of Luke Pepin. That allowed St. Thomas to pick up the ricocheting puck and clear it out to neutral ice. Leach now down the far side as the Lancers bring it back in. Drops it off for Coburn. Coburn into the far corner. Backhands this one through the slot. And it was Harper there firing it wide. Now to the far side. Half wall it goes. Evangelista over there. He gets a stick on it. Holds on far point. Sends this one into Coburn, who gloves it down to settle that one down. Get it on his stick. Now down low to Harper. Looking in front. Cooper Roy was there. Pass was just too quick for him. He couldn't get the shot away. And now it is Luke Pepin clearing this one out and all the way down. Oh, Saints get a breather here as the Lancers pour on the pressure for the duration of the first minute of that power play. Now they got 49 seconds left with the man advantage still for Londonderry. This is Evangelista working it down through the trapezoid now into the near corner. He feeds it up high. Mark Leach along the blue line. He and Evangelista trade places. Leach to the far side. That is Harper. Harper out to Evangelista. Fires it. What a save by the St. Thomas netminder. Nice stop there right into the chest. And he holds on. I apologize. I do not have the 31, the St. Thomas netminder, on my roster, so I will get that information for you at the conclusion of this first period so that we can know his name for you. As the Lancers work it around now. 20 seconds left in this Londonderry power play. It's the 7 of Matt Moriarty with it along the far side boards. He works it around now. Down low over there. That's Lucas Poulin. Out to Brett LaPlante. Fires a long shot on. That one went just wide of the near post. Might have hit a pad in front. As the Lancers continue to work it around, it's the 22 Ryan Kearney holding it in over there. Now the Saints get it out just over the line. And the penalty has expired, but what a power play opportunity there for Londonderry as they poured on the offense. The puck was down in that St. Thomas end for almost the full 2 minutes. So a good run there for the Lancers, not able to put one home behind. Zane Angelopoulos is the St. Thomas netminder. Some help from a very benevolent St. Thomas parent off to my right, writing that name down for us. So we have that folly worked out. We can give him the respect he deserved. He did quite well on that Lancers power play, kept the puck out of the cage, and we are still scoreless with 5:21 remaining in this opening period. As St. Thomas trying to put on some pressure down in the Lancers' end now, but instead it is Brett Evangelista working up the far side. He gets it out over the red line, where it's taken there by Foster for St. Thomas. They turn it back the other way. Now Glenn Wiswell, the Saints captain, had it stripped from him. Here's Coburn, fires a shot way up high above the crossbar from close range. Good look there for Coburn, but he missed everything. And now got ourselves a stoppage here. Lancers are going to make a line change, and faceoff's going to come off to the near side down in the St. Thomas end. So that shot by Coburn might have been propelled up high enough into the protective netting. That was why we've got ourselves a whistle. Now this is Parker along the draw for Londonderry. Turned his shot on. It was deflected high of the net. Now here's Parker right again. Shot right on. Turned aside by Angelopoulos. Good look, though, by Parker from fairly close range. He got it on goal. Now back through the trapezoid. Looking for it was Poulin. And we've got ourselves an interference call now as a whistle halts play down there in that St. Thomas end. This is going to be against the Saints, it appears, as Glenn Wiswell, the captain of St. Thomas, is going to the box for interference. So after a very effective power play that failed to produce a puck in the back of the net, the Lancers will head back to the man advantage here with 4:42 left in this first period. But the Saints managed to clear the puck out right off the draw. So the Lancers will have to regroup, try to get something set up here, like they did very successfully just a couple of minutes ago. But instead now it's Isaiah Leslie clearing this one out and down for St. Thomas. Mark Leach there. Now gives it up ahead to Cooper Roy. So the Lancers working around the neutral zone, trying to get something set up and move into the attack end. Here's Evangelista clearing this one around behind the net. Comes to the near side where Curtis Harper gets a stick on it. He turns along the half wall. Now gives it to Coburn down low near corner. Coburn back through the trapezoid. Working around, his man gets free, sends one over to Leach, top of the near face-off circle, turns and fires a shot right on. Pad save by Angelopoulos. He almost thought about gloving that one, instead turns it aside with the pad, goes to the near corner. Harper back behind the net, Cooper Roy. Now into the far corner, Roy works it around, turns and sends one wide. It goes behind the net. Now Mark Leach picks it up along the near side. 1 minute exactly left in this Lancer power play. Out to the line, Evangelista, over to the far side, shot right on from Coburn from close range. Turned aside by a pad of Angelopoulos, and then the net is dislodged in behind him. So we'll get ourselves a breather. With 3:36 remaining in this, a very exciting first period. I have to say this is, in the early stages, the most exciting game I have brought you this season. Lancers and St. Thomas here today. Now it's Mark Leach looking to get a shot away. Instead, he sends one to the near corner. Lucas Poulin over there for Londonderry, but it's the Saints. Neil Foster manages to clear this one out and down. 37 seconds left in that Londonderry power play. Long pass ahead from Evangelista finds Jason Parker. Parker backhands one into the slot. Shot by Moriarty wide of the far post. Now over there, Poulin working it around. Moving it along the far side face-off circle there. Leaves it there for Moriarty. He turns, fires a shot on, and it's into the pads, or perhaps the chest rather, of Angelopoulos for the save. Still 21 seconds remaining in this Londonderry power play. Lancers are 0 for 1 on the power play here so far. Be 0 for 2 unless we have reason to celebrate in the next 16 seconds. And we do! Right in front! Score! Londonderry getting on the board here. Oh, a quick bang play. That was Jason Parker cashing in front. Lucas Poulin should get the assist as they didn't waste any time off the draw. Poulin had it behind the net. He fed Parker right in front for a quick shot down low, and he buries it right in the back of the net. Lancers 1 and St. Thomas nothing. It's a power play goal for Londonderry. So they do indeed convert, and the Lancers are now 1 for 1 on the power play. As I was saying just a moment ago, Jason Parker, the tally here in the late stages of the first period, and the Lancers open the scoring here this afternoon. And we'll wait for the official announcement. Poulin should get an assist. I believe there might be a second one as well. Here as the Lancers off the draw, go down into the St. Thomas end looking for more, but the Saints clear this one out. Now down the far side it goes. And Church will come out of his net to play this one. Stop it up for, that's Colby Austin over there. So the Lancers clear it out to center. St. Thomas working this one around. It is indeed Parker from Poulin. And does not appear there will be a second assist. So Jason Parker from Lucas Poulin on the power play, getting the Lancers on the board here first this afternoon. 1-0 for Londonderry. Now 2:05 remaining in this first period. On the far side now, Lancers trying to clear it out of their own end, but falling down on the job there was Alex LaPlante. Some help from Lucas Poulin, who had an assist on the previous scoring play, will move it up ahead. Poulin now backhands one up high over the crossbar. To the far side it goes. Another penalty on St. Thomas is coming up. We've got a delayed call as the Saints touch up. Foster gets a stick on it on the far side, and this time it's a tripping call, and so back to the power play the Lancers will go. Neil Foster will go to the box here for St. Thomas for tripping. And so with 1:44 remaining in this opening period, Lancers have an opportunity here to go up by a pair before they head into the dressing room for the first intermission. That would be dandy if they could do that. As they'll work it around now, Coburn in the far corner. Lancers working around their third man advantage of the afternoon. They're 1 for 1 so far. Coburn turns and fires a shot right on. It's loose in the crease. Look out. Oh, no one could get a stick on it there for Londonderry as Evangelopoulos was down just momentarily along the far post. Puck slid free in the blue ice. He got up in the nick of time, and then the net was dislodged. Goaltender's best friend. The movable net there stops play and will help out St. Thomas here. Coburn to take this draw against Liam Ross in the near circle. Off the draw, it's into the near corner. Coburn over there. Back to the trapezoid. Turns, gets it to Harper right in front. Shot it off the pad of Evangelopoulos. It's deflected. Harper from close range. Now to the far side. That is Cooper Roy turning and firing it hard. Right on. Pad save by Zane Angelopoulos. He's the 31. St. Thomas netminder there comes up with a nice grab to keep this a 1-0 game. Coburn wins the draw. Some help now from Cooper Roy right through the crease. It goes. Turning and shooting it wide. I believe that was, it was either Roy or Harper. Good look there, but they missed. Now another shot from Harper on the edge of the far side face-off circle. That one handled by Angelopoulos. He's looked sharp here today, even though he's been beaten once. With the pressure on these power plays the Lancers have put on, it could be 2, maybe even 3 if he had been off of his game, but he's looking sharp, even though Jason Parker beat him a couple of minutes ago. And now, under a minute remaining in this first period, 1:09 remains in this Lancers power play. Look out, though. Here comes St. Thomas, 3-on-1. Pepin moving it down the near side. He turned and gave it over to, that was Isaiah Leslie of the Saints, but the Lancers handled that rush. Some help from Mitch Schertz, the netminder, who got a piece of that one, and they clear it up the other way with 46 seconds left in this Londonderry power play, trying to get set up once again, but it's cleared out now by Cam Vetter of the Saints, and it goes all the way down. Both teams will make line changes here as Mark Leach takes the pass from Evangelista. He'll move it down the near side, but it's taken away, though, by the 16 of Dakota Pigeon and cleared out once again for the Saints. St. Thomas with a much better handle on the penalty kill here, preventing the Lancers from getting set up as we're going to watch time expire in this first period now as Mark Leach holds it in behind his net. And the Lancers will have 15 seconds of carryover power play time heading into the second period when we get back underway, as they did not score on the first stages of that late power play. But it's a very decent period for the Lancers. They hold a 1-0 lead. Jason Parker from Lucas Poulin on the power play late in that opening frame to give Londonderry the 1-0 lead. That's where we stand after 15 minutes of play here today from the Ice Center. So it's a very tightly contested game. More fun is coming up in the second period. I have to say, this is the best game I've watched so far this season. Lancers are used to winning some blowouts here on home ice. It does not look like anything of that sort here today. I'm Adam LaFleur, and you're listening to Lancer Hockey on Leo 21. We'll be back in just a moment for period number 2. Welcome back for second period action. Lancers and the St. Thomas Saints here on this Wednesday early evening matchup. Lancers 1 and St. Thomas nothing after the opening period of play here today. The second and third place team here in Division 1 doing battle in this very tightly contested matchup through one period. It is the most exciting period I have watched this season of Lancer hockey. So we'll hope that continues as the Saints win the draw, send it down into the Lancers' end right away. 8 seconds remaining in a carryover Londonderry power play as the number 6, Neil Foster, the assistant captain of the Saints, sits in the box. Right now he comes out as St. Thomas returns to full strength and moves it down into the Lancer end. Look out, a backhand right on, and they score. Oh, it's Glenn Wiswell, the captain, number 13, not wasting any time as the second period gets underway. And Neil Foster out of the box should get the assist as he fed Wiswell, who put it right through the wickets of Mitch Schertz and ties the game at 1. Oh my, Lancers getting a little too comfortable coming out. They were on the power play there for 15 seconds. They lost the opening draw to start the second period, and it's going to cost them as they lose the lead, and we're back even Steven, tied at 1. It should be Wiswell from Foster. As the Lancers are now 1 for 3 on the power play after that recent penalty to the Saints Foster expired. Here comes Londonderry. Down into the Saints end. Poulin turns and fires this one through the slot. Nobody home for Londonderry. And the Saints send this one down into the near corner. It is Glenn Wiswell, the goal scorer, looking for it over there. Sends it to the far point where Vetter gets a stick on it. Holds this one in into the far corner. It goes Wiswell back there in the trapezoid. He scored less than a minute ago. Now he's looking for more, but it's stripped from him by Matt Moriarty, and the Lancers get it out. Moriarty down the near side, working into the offensive zone. Tough angle shot is stopped with a pad of Angelopoulos. Now Poulin with it, near corner. Turns, and Colby Austin was unable to get a stick on it at the near point. That allows Leslie to move this one in for St. Thomas. Down into the near corner it goes. It's Dakota Pigeon working it around now. Down low for, that was Leslie. Now the Lancers cleared out harm's way, however. Coburn looking for it along the blue line, but instead Michael Torr clears it up ahead for St. Thomas. Back there, Mark Leach chasing in for the Lancers. He gets it into the near corner where it's backhanded out to the line. St. Thomas holding it in, not for long though, as Coburn hits a stick on it and moves it back out over the red line. Here come the Lancers down into the attack zone. Coburn is shot from close range, way up high, missed everything and rung it off the glass. Now Coburn turns, feeds. That was Cooper Roy in the slot who fired a shot there, turned aside with a pad of Angelopoulos, and then the Saints clear it out of harm's way. We've got a stoppage now, and should be a neutral zone draw coming up here with 12:46 remaining in period number 2. Lancers 1 and the St. Thomas Saints 1, as not wasting any time in this second period was Glenn Wiswell, the St. Thomas captain. He scored to tie the game at 1 in the early stages of this middle frame. The assist to Foster, and we're all tied at 1. Lancers moving it down into their attack end, and now shot from Alex LaPlante, missed the far post. Now it goes in there along the end boards, and this is Nick Donnelly looking for it in the near corner, but instead Cam Vetter got there first. Donnelly takes it back though. Donnelly working his way into the slot. Some help there from Frank Winters, but the Lancers unable to get a shot away as Vetter takes this one away and moves it back behind his own net along the end boards up to the far side. He found that was Ryan Benedetto over there as the Saints try to clear it out of their own zone. Now they do. This one just squeaks out over the red line. Ryan Kearney on it for the Lancers, right up ahead to Evangelista. Evangelista down the near side, now into the corner. Working it behind that St. Thomas net for the Lancers. Into the near corner it goes as a couple of bodies chase after it. Now along the boards, Winters gets a stick on it out to the line, but nobody home to intercept that pass and hold it in for Londonderry. So Ryan Kearney will regroup. Well, the Lancers really need to work on shooting accuracy, I would say. They've missed the net quite a bit here in this game, especially in the early stages of this second period. That is perhaps the easiest thing to work on in practice or just at home if you've got a hockey net in the driveway. So that's certainly something they want to practice here. Get those pucks on net. They're getting them to the net, but they're missing the net. That's a problem as the Saints work it out the other direction. This shot goes wide from Foster. Now into the near corner it goes. Lancers take it back the other way. Here's Coburn with a burst of speed down the near side, but it's stripped from him by Ty Turgeon. Nice play there on defense for the Saints as Coburn gets it back, fires it a shot on from close range, turned aside with a pad of Angelopoulos. Now Coburn looking for it on the far side. Some help from Harper over there in the far circle. Harper shoots, and that one held by Angelopoulos without much difficulty. He makes the stop there with 10:55 remaining in this second period. 1-1 between Londonderry and St. Thomas here on this a Wednesday afternoon. And we're glad you could join us for Lancer Hockey here on Leo 21. I'm Adam LaFleur as this one rolls in on net, and the Lancers score! Oh, right there was Colby Austin who got it to the net, and then I believe finishing that one was Harper right in front. It was either him or Mark Leach as the Lancers take a 2-1 lead. Oh, a draw off to the far side down in the St. Thomas end. Lancers hold it in. Colby Austin got the puck to the front of the net, then got some help from his buddies to put it home. In and out, but it's the in part that counts as the puck did not stay in that net long, but it was in there long enough. That's all you need, and the Lancers take a 2-1 lead. As we rhyme for you, and Londonderry takes their 1-goal lead back. As this is Lucas Poulin working it right in front. That shot came from Parker, who got the Lancers' first goal of the game back in period number 1. He was looking for a pair there, but just missed the net wide of the near post. Now it's Poulin out at center, moving this one ahead. Moriarty down the near side into the corner. Drops it off there. Poulin couldn't get there in time. That's going to allow the Saints to clear the zone. Zach Levitt up ahead. But Mark Leach will pick this one up, corral it along the near side half wall. His man, Dakota Pigeon, all over him. And then the Saints fire a shot to the front of the net. Pad save by Schertz. And he'll cover up for the whistle. With 10:03 remaining here in this second period, Lancers 2 and the St. Thomas Saints 1. As we progress here in a very exciting matinee game here on this Wednesday. It's going to be Ty Turgeon taking the draw against Curtis Harper here in the near side circle. No, they'll throw Turgeon out of there. Instead, it is Foster on it for the Saints, and he managed to win it, force it to the end boards, but then the Lancers regroup. And here's a shot from St. Thomas up high, wide of everything. Now into the near corner it goes. And they gave Coburn credit for that goal just a couple of moments ago for the Lancers. So that's a slight surprise to me. Colby Austin definitely had the assist, no doubt. But put it down as Coburn putting the Lancers up 2-1 here just a couple of minutes ago in this second period. That's where we stand as the puck comes out to center now. 9:17 remaining here in this middle frame as it's off to the far side. St. Thomas with it in their own end. Up the near side now, Glenn Wiswell, the captain of the Saints, over to Foster. They move it down into the Lancers' end. Taken away by Coburn, though, and he clears it back out to the red line. Parker working for it over there. Got some help from Evangelista, but instead St. Thomas quickly takes it back, and they'll regroup at neutral ice. Now down into the Lancers' end it goes as Cam Vetter sent it down there, but Londonderry back out to neutral ice. Wiswell on it. Pressured by Parker. He spins and holds on to it for the Saints. Then it's Coburn getting a handle on it at the red line. Clears this one up ahead. It's Harper chasing after it down in the near corner. He turns and tried to fire that one into the slot. Couldn't connect with Parker as the defense of the Saints got in the way. Now out to the red line. Wiswell takes it. Moves it ahead for St. Thomas. Down into the Lancers' end. Wiswell spins. Working it out to the blue line. Sends this puck in wide of the near post off the end boards. And it's now Pigeon holding it in. But Moriarty will get a stick on it for Londonderry. The Lancers working around and clear it out of harm's way there. This one will slide all the way down. No icing call, however, as Cam Vetter gets a stick on it for St. Thomas. 8 minutes even remaining in the second period. Lancers 2 and the St. Thomas Saints 1. And we've got ourselves a Lancer penalty here. It's Lucas Poulin going to the box. It's a slashing call. So St. Thomas, who are 0 for 1 on the power play, will get their second chance here right now. Near side draw won by the Saints. They'll work it around. It is Nolan LaValle on it. Now down in the near corner. Zach Levitt for the Saints, working around the near boards out to the line. LaValle back to Levitt, fires a shot on, pad saved by Schertz. Back in the trapezoid it goes. Nick Donnelly on defense there over for the Lancers, tried to clear it out. It was held in by a skate of Luke Pepin over on the far side for St. Thomas. Now Mark Leach Gets a stick on that one. Lancers can't clear it out, however. Slashing call indeed on Poulin, so he sits for Lancers. 1:24 left in this St. Thomas power play, but Londonderry manages to clear this one nicely all the way down, and the Lancers will head off on a line change. Saints looking to make this a 2-2 game here with the man advantage. Lancers lead at 2-1 right now as St. Thomas moves it up ahead, bringing it down the far side. That is Foster. Couldn't get a shot away, though, as he was double-teamed by a pair of Lancers there. Harper and Leach it was. Now Mark Leach tries to get this one free up the far side. Instead, Zach Levitt on it there out to the point. Wiswell. Now down low it goes for... That's Pigeon over there for the Saints. A few bodies over there in the far corner. St. Thomas still holding on. Now it's Garrison over there. Goes back out to the far point. Wiswell. He holds on. Fires a long shot. That one was deflected off either a skate or a stick, I believe. Went up high over the crossbar. And the Lancers pick up the rebound. And it's Curtis Harper clearing it all the way down. 30 seconds left in this St. Thomas power play. As the Saints work it ahead now. It's Garrison on it for St. Thomas. He drops it off there for Wiswell. Wiswell into the slot, fires a shot on. Church handles that one from way at the edge of the crease. But he makes the stop nonetheless to maintain the Lancer lead, 2-1. That's the count with 6:17 remaining in the second period. 19 seconds left in the slashing call on Lucas Poulin, who, by the way, assisted on the Lancers' first goal of the day. That was Jason Parker opened the scoring back in period number 1. Poulin picked up the assist on that tally. As the Lancers keep it down in the offensive end, short-handed here, as Cooper Roy and Coburn work it around. Now the penalty to Poulin expires. We're back 5 aside. Saints pick it up down in their own end. Moving it out now, the captain, Glenn Wiswell, down the near side into the offensive zone, but he was ahead of the play offside, I do believe. Yes, indeed. So a neutral zone draw coming up here along the near side. Face-off dot. Curtis Harper will take this draw for the Lancers against the Saints, who are going to come off the bench. It's the number 3, Zach Levitt, taking against Harper. And the Lancers win the draw. Getting a stick on it is Coburn. He sends this one down ahead. Goes wide of that St. Thomas net. And now looking for it on the far side for Londonderry. Cooper Roy along the far half wall. He turns. Gets some help from Coburn to hold it in, keep this one alive. Now over to Ryan Kearney. He turns, fires a shot on. Deflected with the glove of Angelopoulos. Rebound was loose, but no one could get a stick on it for the Lancers. Now back the other way. Backhanding a shot through the slot was Leslie of the Saints, but no one was there to tap that one on goal for St. Thomas. And back the other way they go. Lancers down in the offensive zone now. Coburn rings a shot off the glass way up high. And it comes over to the near point. Evangelista holding this one in. It's Curtis Harper down low. Over to Coburn. Right in front. Cooper Roy couldn't get a stick on it. Now it's Austin from far range. He shoots. He scores! It was Eric Coburn picking up the loose change in front as Colby Austin took the original shot. Angelopoulos made one save, gave up a rebound, and then Coburn was camped out along the far post in the right spot at the right time, and he gives the Lancers a 3-1 lead. It is the second goal of the afternoon for Captain Eric Coburn, and for the first time today we have a 2-goal gap, and it favors the Lancers as Londonderry leads it 3-1. 5:01 remaining here in this middle frame as we're back underway. Poulin won the draw back to Austin, who clears this one ahead. Icing is the call. Actually, yes, indeed, it is icing. Almost looked like a potential penalty call on the play there, but no. It's just the icing instead, as we originally thought. So the face-off comes back down into the Lancers' end. St. Thomas wins the draw. Ty Turgeon out to the point. Pepin holds it in. Back behind the net it goes, and Pepin gets it right back. Out near the blue line. Fires a long-range shot right on post. Oh, my goodness. That one rung off the iron. In behind Church. Hit the far post. Oh, goaltender's best friend helping out Church there. Oh, my. The post keeping this a 2-goal affair there, as that puck was behind Church on what I'd call an express train for the back of the net, but that lovely red iron barricade keeps it out. And now In behind the net, Coburn looking for it in the trapezoid. Also Colby Austin there. That's the scoring pair that just got the Lancers' third goal of the game a few moments ago. It was indeed Coburn from Colby Austin there to make it a 3-1 affair. Now here's Curtis Harper coming down looking for more, but it's taken away from him by the Saints. Wiswell and Coburn battle for it along the near side. Wiswell gets it free. Then he was taken down by Cooper Roy, and this one is cleared out. We've got a whistle here and a tripping call as Cooper Roy tripped up Glenn Wiswell, the captain of the Saints, and prevented the St. Thomas offensive rush. So Cooper Roy goes to the box, and have to say, usually I try to be as fair as I can on the penalty calls. That was a somewhat marginal, if I do say so. Roy didn't have much of a stick movement there on Wiswell, but it's the ones in stripes who make the decision. They say it's a trip, so Cooper Roy's going to sit, and St. Thomas is going to go on their third power play of the game. They are 0 for 2, as the goal they did score was even strength here in the early seconds of the second period. Here comes St. Thomas now. It's Wiswell shooting this one way up high over the crossbar. Stays in play as it comes down on the far side. Garrison at the far point holds it in for the Saints. Now turning and holding it in was Wiswell. Only shortly, though, as Jason Parker got the stick on that one to clear it down for Londonderry. 3:27 remaining in the second period. Lancers 3, the St. Thomas Saints 1. Saints on the power play for another 1:12 and looking to get within one here before the end of this second period as a shot on comes from Garrison. That one is stopped nicely with the pads of Schertz, and he'll hold on for the stoppage. Faceoff will come in the far circle. And now the Lancers will make a quick line change here as we'll get back underway in just a moment. On the draw was Turgeon for the Saints, and the Saints win it. Wiswell over to Foster. Along the blue line, up high center point. Foster shoots this one wide of everything. Ricochets off the glass. Now it is Turgeon back, skating it behind the Lancers net, working it up the far boards. Out to the blue line, still working around there. Firing a shot on into the chest pads of Schertz, and he handles that one without much difficulty. So that will get us another whistle here. 51 seconds left in the Lancer penalty. Tripping call was the reason for that one against Cooper Roy. Turgeon and Harper on the draw. This one goes around the horn off to the far boards where Mark Leach gets the stick on that one, sends it out and all the way down very nicely there to kill some more St. Thomas power play time. 35 seconds left in the Saints man advantage here as they'll come right back down. Wiswell with it off to the near side, trying to feed one through the slot. Couldn't quite connect with, that was Middleton out there for St. Thomas. Now Middleton tips it just wide as he was fed there right in front. Coburn on the far side now in the corner, turns and sends this one nicely all the way down. Angelopoulos out of his net to stick it aside over to Wiswell along the far boards, and then he'll regroup in the corner. 8 seconds left in the Lancer penalty. Wiswell now out over the blue line, up ahead for Middleton, working it down the near side for St. Thomas. Now it is Zach Levitt holding it in there for the Saints. In behind the net it goes. It is was Dakota Pigeon who has stick on it for a moment there. Then Pigeon gets it back in the slot. He turns, but he was double teamed by the Lancers, though. Couldn't get the shot away. And now Levitt looking for it on the near side. Instead, Coburn gets there first and forehands this one up high out to neutral ice. Penalty has expired on the Lancers, so we're back 5 aside. The Saints are now 0 for 3 on the power play here this afternoon. And we've got ourselves another stoppage here today, or here at this point. And a neutral zone draw coming up with 1:38 remaining in period number 2. Lancers 3 and the St. Thomas Saints 1 here on this Wednesday afternoon, almost borderline Wednesday evening. So we head towards the top of the 6 o'clock hour on this weekday. St. Thomas working it out. Cam Vetter at the red line. Some help there from Pigeon, but they can't move it ahead. Lancers send this one back down in their offensive direction. Jason Parker looking for it. Instead, the Saints got there first. Now they'll move it up the near side. Zach Levitt had it, but the Lancers get it right back, send it right back in. As a back and forth they go here in the late stages of this second period. Jason Parker down in the near corner offensive zone, drops it off for Moriarty. Back in the trapezoid, he turns, couldn't get a stick on it. Instead, Vetter gets there for the Saints. Vetter gets it back now, lost it for a moment. Saints unable to clear it out. Now here's Parker right in the slot. He was fed by Moriarty and fired the shot on. That one held by Angelopoulos as he makes the pad save with 53.6 seconds remaining in this second period, and the Lancers with a 3-1 lead. Very glad you could join us for Lancer hockey action here on this Wednesday. You're watching Leo 21, and I'm Adam LaFleur, bringing you the action from the Ice Center here this afternoon. See, Lancers working around. Coburn now turns, sends this one through the slot. Nobody home. Mark Leach at the far point. Down low, Curtis Harper had it far corner. Fed one behind the net, but he couldn't connect with Coburn. Saints got there first. Unable to get it out, however, is St. Thomas as Coburn looks for this one in the near corner. He gets a stick on that one. Turns and gives it to Harper. Working his way to the front of the net. Tried a backhand there. It went up high at a unusual angle, sort of over the net. Settled down in behind, then went to the far side. And now it's Coburn once again back behind the net. And St. Thomas will finally manage to clear as that one hops over the stick of Colby Austin and comes out to center. Austin had an assist back on the Lancers' third goal of the game. That was their most recent one. And look out, we have a delayed penalty on the Lancers as time expires. Here it's another tripping call against Londonderry as the second period winds down. So we'll see just who that is against when we return. Obviously, the guilty party is not going to the box right now. They'll go to the dressing room. And I did not quite make out who they're going to call this against. So that is something of which we will enlighten you when we return for third period action. Saints will have a power play opportunity, a full 2-minute one to start the third period, try to get within one. But for now, we stand at 3-1. Lancers with a 2-goal performance in that second period. Saints got 1, but it's still a difference of 2. Londonderry 3 and St. Thomas 1 as we head to the second intermission. Stay tuned. Third period action in just a moment. Welcome back for this third period. Colby Austin is going to sit in the box. 2 minutes for tripping, so St. Thomas has a full power play to start things here in this final frame, try to get within 1. Right now, it's a 3-1 Lancer lead as the Saints send this one down into the Lancer zone. So we get back underway, and it comes into the near corner, looking for it. Wiswell, the captain of St. Thomas, also in there. The other captain, Eric Coburn of the Lancers, and Coburn got a stick on that one, but Wiswell holds it in near point. He fires a shot wide of the top left corner, and it settles down. St. Thomas working it around now. Shot comes from, it was Wiswell again, and they score. Oh, my goodness, it's the number 11 of Aaron Garrison picking up the rebound off of the Glenn Wiswell original shot from the edge of the far side face-off circle, beating Mitch Schertz. And look out, just like that, we got ourselves a 1-goal shebang. 3-2 now. The Lancer lead cut to 1. A power play goal for the Saints as they break their power play drought of the afternoon. They were 0 for 3. Now they're, of course, 1 and 3, and they're within 1 on the scoreboard as the Lancer lead cut to 3-2. So that's going to be Garrison from Wiswell for St. Thomas to make it a 3-2 affair on the power play. So obviously not the start the Lancers were looking for in this third period. And we'll continue underway now. St. Thomas has it deep down in their own end as they work it out to center. Foster on it over the red line, bringing it up ahead for the Saints. Now, shot from the 13, scores. Oh my goodness, it's Wiswell once again after he got the assist on the play just a minute ago. Now he's tied the game. Well, they don't make you captain for no reason. Glenn Wiswell contributing a massive amount on offense here in the first minute 12 of this third period. We've got ourselves a 3-3 tie. Look out. If that doesn't swing all of the momentum in the direction of the St. Thomas Saints, I don't know what else does. They certainly have all of that right now, and it's dangerous for the Lancers as St. Thomas with a pair of quick ones here in the opening minute 12 of this third period. Tie the game at 3, and a Lancer 2-goal lead evaporates faster than a small puddle on a 90-degree sunny day. And it's Foster that gets the assist on that third St. Thomas tally. So that's where we stand 3-3 now as the Saints come down looking for more. Shot on, turned aside, but the blocker of Schertz. Look out, comes right in front. That was Levitt trying to turn and shoot, but instead it got away from him just in time. Now Jason Parker chasing after this one, but instead Cam Vetter gets there first for the Saints. They'll have to regroup back in their own zone, though, as Zach Levitt gets a stick on it. Back to the near side for Vetter. And out to the red line it goes. Lancers corral it. Lucas Poulin turns, comes back in the other direction. He backhands a pass that tried to find Harper. It couldn't quite connect as it got ahead of him, and the puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Both teams make changes here as the Lancers clear this one down into the St. Thomas end. It's an icing call against Londonderry. So that third St. Thomas tally was Wiswell from Foster. The one before that was Garrison from Wiswell. Both of them here in the opening minute 12 of this third period have tied the game at 3. Here's Wiswell once again looking for more. Down in that Lancers end, sends one in front. Foster couldn't get a shot away as he had the puck momentarily at the edge of the crease. Now Coburn gets this one ahead as the Lancers clear it out. Cooper Roy can't get there in time. Instead, it's LaValle on it for St. Thomas. Over there to Michael Torr, but instead the Lancers send it back down into that Saints end, down deep in the trapezoid. Angelopoulos came out to play it around for a moment. Now his teammates work it up the near side, out through center. Ryan Kearney chasing after it for the Lancers. Wiswell on him, but Kearney clears this one to the far side, and this is going to be Curtis Harper with some help from Eric Coburn. Not able to get it out, however. Oh, nice backhand there by St. Thomas to hold it in, but then the Lancers managed to get it out just a few seconds later. Now, coming down are the Saints once again. Falling down was Ty Turgeon on the job, and good thing he did. He was on his way to quite a chance there, working his way to the front of the net. Now here's Coburn, moving it down for the Lancers, but he was double-teamed and fell down with a pair of the St. Thomas defense. Now to the near side it comes, looking for it in there, Mark Leach for the Lancers. Also, quite a few bodies in there. Liam Ross in there digging for it for St. Thomas. And a Lancer stick propels this one down into the St. Thomas end. Along the end boards, Hayden Middleton picks it up for the boys in the navy blue and white. As along the far side half wall now, Middleton had it once again. Back through the trapezoid it goes for Kyle Kopp. As the Saints try to get it out of their own end. They're controlling the puck but can't get it over their own blue line, and now the Lancers are going to come down, put on some pressure, try to get something set up here, but they won't be able to do so as it goes back out to neutral ice. Mark Leach is on it now for the Lancers. He gives it to Colby Austin up over the red line, but this one's sent back the other direction by Pepin of the Saints. Now Leach gets a hand on this one, backhands it up the far side half wall. Lancers can't clear. Look out, working it to the front of the net, and falling down right in the slot down low. There was St. Thomas's Aaron Garrison, who scored earlier in this period. He could have had a very good chance if he hadn't fallen to his feet just before the pass reached his position. And now we have an icing call against St. Thomas, so we'll get a much-needed breather here, not just for the teams, for me as well. This is the fastest-paced game that we have covered all season. Very exciting one, a nail-biter here today, tied at 3 in the early stages of this third period. 10:03 left here in the final frame of regulation this afternoon. As the Lancers working around, Evangelista down low, gets it to Poulin along the inboards, tried to send one in front, and now it goes to Moriarty on the far side. He couldn't hold it in. Out come the Saints, look out 2-on-1, but a nice rush backward by Evangelista on defense for the Lancers to break up that rush, but it comes in front once again. Look out, Schertz bobbled that one off of his blocker. Oh, that was St. Thomas's Dakota Pigeon with the shot from close range. Oh, that was close, but no cigar for St. Thomas. Good thing Church was able to get contact with that one. Now Moriarty working up the far side. Lancers get it out to neutral ice. Jason Parker turns but didn't get good wood or any wood for that matter on the puck to clear it ahead. And now the play halts here with 9:21 remaining in this third period. Face off to the near side at neutral ice. Coburn will take it against Turgeon. And it sits in skates and sticks off the draw. Then Coburn comes away with it. He sends this one down on goal into the St. Thomas end. Angelopoulos turns that one aside, keeps the play alive as the Saints get it out to center. Over there is Turgeon moving this one ahead down the far side. Brett LaPlante over there takes him into the end boards. Nice check there by LaPlante, but it's going to be a penalty, I do believe. On St. Thomas, however, not the Lancers. Oh, I thought they were going to take Brett LaPlante for that hit along the end boards against Turgeon, but instead, no. It looks like we're going to have a St. Thomas penalty, perhaps. Wait and see here as they sort this out. Yes, indeed. It's going to be the captain of the Saints, Glenn Wiswell, is headed to the box. And I believe it's a hip check, perhaps. Not a call you see signaled every day. And the referee now giving Wiswell an explanation as he sits on the boards there on the edge of the box. And talk with the timekeeper, Tom Coburn, now about the logistics of this one. But it's going to be a Lancer power play, so it's a boon for the Lancers here. After watching a 2-goal lead evaporate in rapid fashion here in the first minute 12 of this third period, Lancers have a chance on the power play now to restore the lead by one here. Londonderry is 1-2 on the power play. This is their third opportunity, their fourth opportunity, rather, of the afternoon. Now they took Wiswell out of the box. Instead, they put Aaron Garrison in there for St. Thomas. So the Lancers go to the power play nonetheless. You take what they give, and they'll take the power play. It's Cooper Roy working along the far side face-off circle. Some help from Coburn now. Coburn back to Roy. Roy along the far boards, over to the near side. Mark Leach sends it down low for Harper. Harper behind the net, looking for Coburn. And it is indeed for the check there that they ruled was rather rough. That's why we have this penalty call against St. Thomas. Sitting in the box is Aaron Garrison of the Saints. And we got a stoppage now on the far side as the puck was tied up there. And the faceoff is going to come out to actually all the way down back into the Lancers' end. With 1:17 remaining in the Lancer power play, 8:10 left in this third period of regulation. We are all even Steven at 3 goals apiece here on this Wednesday afternoon. Lancers win the draw. Brett Evangelista working this one up ahead for Harper. They'll try to get set up on the power play now. Cooper Roy's wide open on the near side, and he gets the puck. Roy now working it down into the near corner. Back through the trapezoid. Couldn't connect with Harper, as getting in the way of that one was Nolan LaValle of the Saints. Lancers hold it in, however, out to the far point. Evangelista down low, half boards for Coburn along the far side. He waits, holds it on there, looking to shoot. Looks like he will as he works his way into the slot and buries it. Oh, my. Talk about a beautiful shot. Eric Coburn. A single-handed effort there, but a good one nonetheless, as he had the puck along the far side, half boards, worked his way through the far side face-off circle, danced around in the slot, held on, and then fired it top shelf right up where Mama hides the cookies under the crossbar, or whatever your favorite food or baked good or delicious goodies is. That's where he put it, and it gives the Lancers a 4-3 lead. It's a power play goal for Londonderry. They are now 2 for 4 on the power play here this afternoon, and they restore their lead. Oh, that should do quite a bit to swing some of that momentum back in the Lancers' direction, which the Saints captured with a pair of very quick goals to tie the game at 3 in this third period. but the Lancers take the lead back. 4-3 now on the Coburn tally. Londonderry down in that St. Thomas end looking for more as it goes to the far side. Matt Moriarty had it over there, only for a moment though. And Evangelista gets the assist on the Coburn scoring play. Although it appeared more of an unassisted goal, as Coburn with a very single-handed effort there to give the Lancers a 4-3 lead. And Evangelista picks up the assist. Now this is Colby Austin sending this one way up high over the protective netting and into the far corner, over the boards, out of play. So we'll have us another stoppage now. So it was Coburn from Evangelista there. Evangelista also assisted on the Lancers' third goal of the game. He does it again on their fourth, so he's got 2 points here today. And Coburn has now scored the hat trick. He scored 2 of the Lancers' first 3 goals and just got his 4th right there. So we should mention that, as in all the excitement. I did not, but we will now. Eric Coburn, the hat trick here today. Lancers captain with a very stellar performance here this afternoon, and regains his team's lead here. Here come the Lancers out 2-on-1 if they hurry. Harper gives it to Cooper Roy, working his way into the slot and sort of sliding, falling down in the play. Puck did manage to go in on the net, but Angelopoulos steers it aside with a pad. Now in behind the net, that is Roy once again for the Lancers, but instead Zach Levitt gets the stick on it for the Saints. Over to the far side half boards, Roy once again. Over to Coburn down low. He's got the hat trick today, as we just mentioned. Far point now, Ryan Kearney with it to the line. Fails to hold it in, however. St. Thomas coming out with it. LaValle, 2-on-1 rush if they hurry, and they score. It's Isaiah Leslie taking the pass from Nolan LaValle on the odd man 2-on-1 rush for the Saints. And oh my goodness, just like that, we're back even Steven once again, this time at 4 goals apiece. Well, I don't know who Steven is, but he's certainly having a busy day here today, because every time someone takes the lead, it is back to a tie in a short time here in this very exciting game, a battle for the second spot in Division I, which is right now held solely by St. Thomas. But if the Lancers can pull off the win here today, they would take that from their division rivals here, St. Thomas in the blue and white. Both these teams trying to claw their way upward to 9-1 Salem. The Salem Blue Devils have the first place spot in their possession right now in Division I, as this puck is goes out of play into the timekeeper's box over the glass. So we'll get a neutral zone draw here. And Leslie gets that 4th St. Thomas goal. The assist, as we said, to Nolan LaValle. So that's where we are now as the puck comes out to neutral ice. St. Thomas's Cam Vetter picks it up on the far side down in his own end. He'll work it behind his own net. To the near corner it goes, where Foster feeds it up ahead. And the Saints get it out to the red line. Here's Evangelista chasing after it back on defense for the Lancers. Nice play there to turn it ahead. Moriarty brings it down the near side for Londonderry. But the defense of Luke Pepin impedes Moriarty's advance, and St. Thomas will pick it up. Foster along the near side. Jason Parker, though, took it away and held it in. Now a backhand from Poulin. Couldn't connect with Moriarty right in front for the shot. And look out, here comes St. Thomas 3-on-2 if they hurry. Moving it down the far side, and in front was it was Turgeon who fed Foster. Shot missed the net wide of the far post. Now Foster once again way down deep in that Lancers end near corner. Over to Michael Torr, the number 5 on your screen along the near side. Now Turgeon gets it back. St. Thomas shooting it wide of the Lancers net. To the far side it goes. And this is Curtis Harper getting it out, moving it up ahead single-handedly for the Lancers. Backhand of Michael Torr stops up that rush, and the Saints will regroup. Down behind his own net now, it's Nolan LaValle. And this one is cleared out and all the way down by Foster of the Saints. That's icing against St. Thomas. So the Lancers will get the offensive draw here with 4:11 left in this third period. Londonderry Lancers and the St. Thomas Saints tied at 4 in this Wednesday evening battle, as the Lancers try to come up with it down in that St. Thomas end. Colby Austin holds it in nicely at the near point, but then it's LaValle getting a stick on it and moving out over the red line for St. Thomas there. LaValle drops it off for Ryan Benedetto over there for St. Thomas. Back out to the line it comes. That's Michael Torr. Torr gets it back. He now down low finds Levitt. Levitt back there centering one in front. Look out, and they score. Oh, my goodness. It's the 16 of Dakota Pigeon on a very fast rush there, giving the St. Thomas Saints their first lead of this hockey game. Oh, my goodness. Pigeon, the number 16, burying it behind shirts there. I believe the assist will go to number 21, Nolan LaValle. And with just 3:40 remaining in this hockey game, the Lancers are down for the first time of the day. It's 5-4 for St. Thomas. Oh, dear. Well, that one hurts a little bit if you're the Lancers. They'd been on top of things with a 2-goal lead coming into this third. Look out, they score again. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Right down come the Saints and make it 6-4. Oh, this one's getting out of hand for Londonderry very quickly, as this time it is Ryan Benedetto, the number 10, burying this one behind Church for St. Thomas. So in a span of about 15 seconds, 2 goals for the Saints, and they snap a 4-4 tie and lead it 6-4. Oh, my goodness, Lancers in deep trouble now. With just 3:21 remaining in regulation, they're going to need quite the outburst here if they're going to make up for this. Oh, dear. Now it's Mark Leach down along the end boards in his own zone, looking for it for the Lancers. And Londonderry gets it out to center now at the red line as the Saints work it around down in their own end. Lancers trying to hold this one in. Cooper Roy with a little backhand there, but instead it's taken away by Pepin. And it's Benedetto from Pepin on that 6th St. Thomas tally that just made this a 2-goal game. That's where we stand now as we are in the late stage of this one, and the Lancers are not in any sort of a desirable position here, and we've got us a whistle at the blue line, an offside call against Londonderry. So it was Ryan Benedetto on that 6th goal for the Saints just a couple of moments ago. Now we've got us a timeout on the ice, taken, I assume, by the Lancers, but you don't want to assume anything. Make something out of you and me that is not a pleasant something. But it certainly seems like a time for Lancers head coach Peter Bedford, with 2:17 remaining in regulation, to get out the whiteboard, draw something up. You got to do something, and you got to do it fast if you're the Lancers. Well, when we started this third period, it was 3-1 for Londonderry. St. Thomas has put 5 tallies behind Mitch Church in this third and final frame. The Lancers have scored 1 of their own, but it adds up to a 6-4 count and a 2-goal deficit for Londonderry. So this certainly a troublesome situation for the red, blue, and white of the Londonderry Lancers here late in this game. Take a moment to recognize the coaching staff of both teams who put in a lot of time to make these games happen. First, St. Thomas, coached by head coach Andrew Leach, assistant Stuart Fry and Peter Harwood. Lancers coached by head coach Peter Bedford and assistants Matt Davis and David Allen. So Peter Bedford drawing up some strategy on the timeout there. Lancer head coach with 2:17 remaining in regulation. Lancers need to get a pair of goals here. And if you look down to the left, I would expect the Lancer netminder Mitch Church will head to the bench for the extra attacker fairly soon, because you don't have too much to lose. You're down by 2. You got to bury one behind Angelopoulos, and you got to do it quickly. This is Brett LaPlante now. Backhanding one over to Jason Parker along the near side as the Lancers work it out of their own zone. But that play was impeded by a pigeon of the Saints. And now St. Thomas with it once again. Cam Vetter down in his own end. Into the far corner goes Michael Torr on it over there for the Saints. This one's going to be held in by LaPlante for the Lancers as he sends this down deep along the end boards. Lucas Poulin in there getting a stick on it for Londonderry. Lancers down but not out. Still 1:37 left here. The fat lady's not singing yet. She's not even warming up. She might be in about 30 seconds, though. I don't know. Maybe we need to get her a muzzle so she won't. All right, Lancers are going to... Church is going to head to the bench now as the Lancers have an offensive zone draw. So just as we said, look for the netminder to head to the bench. He does just that right now. So Peter Bedford pulls Mitch Church. Lancers with the extra attacker out, 6-on-5. Coburn off the draw. 1:30 exactly remaining in regulation. And Coburn wins this draw. It rolls right in on Angelopoulos, and he smothers it for the whistle. That kills 2 seconds for the Saints. Once again, Coburn and Turgeon, near side draw. Lancers got a stick on it right away, but then it's sent out, and look out, St. Thomas sending it down. Foster was there, and it's an icing call against the Saints. Good thing that one missed the wide open net. Not as close as it could have been, as the clear by the Saints went considerably wide of the wide open net. So Lancers get another offensive zone draw here. Got to hold this one in and get it set up. All it takes is a St. Thomas clear, and this one is going to be definitively out of reach for Londonderry if they can split the wickets down there. But it's Coburn now along the end boards. He's got Evangelista helping him there against LaValle of the Saints. Lancers trying to work it free. Evangelista there, but no. Instead it's LaValle who gets it free. Down in the near corner now. Evangelista going in there. Lancers send it behind the net, but Turgeon gets a stick on it for St. Thomas. Now Jason Parker, far corner. Lancers desperately trying to mount a late offensive bid here as it rolls on goal. No, instead it goes behind. Coburn in there. Sends it out in front to Parker. Look out, it's in the crease. We're sitting right there. Who can get a stick on it? Lancers looking for it. Score! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! It's not over yet. As the Lancers make it a one-goal affair. I do believe that was it Jason Parker? I think it was. In all the excitement, I have to be honest, I missed who put that one home, but does it... And I'll get you the call on the announcement, but at this point, anyone will do, and anyone is good, and it's 6-5. Oh, my goodness. So the Lancers back within one. We got 40 seconds left in regulation. Here comes Coburn down the far side. As the Lancers get set on offense, Church heads right back to the bench. Coburn sends a shot wide. Now Lancers trying to work it into the crease, get out in front. Look out, St. Thomas takes it away. But Parker gets it back. He turns, tries to send it to the front. Instead, Lancers working around and behind. Oh, my goodness, Londonderry trying to hold this one in, and they can't do so. And this one is sent down wide of the net by St. Thomas, and it's an icing call. Oh, my goodness. 18 seconds left in regulation. Lancers need one to tie this. 6-5 the count here in favor of St. Thomas. Lancers net will remain empty. Curtis Harper on the draw, far side circle. 18 seconds to go. Lancers got to hold this one in and get it on goal. Peter Bedford already used his timeout, so he cannot use it here. Saints not going to call one, of course, is off the draw. It goes down along the end boards. Coburn looking for it. Lancers need to hold this one in. Mark Leach at the far point. Fires it towards the front of the net. It's loose, sits and skates. Rebound shot. It's there. Score! Yes! We are tied at 6. Oh, my goodness. If I don't lose my voice, I can describe the overtime period. Oh, my goodness. Londonderry, I believe it's Curtis Harper who buried that one just in the nick of time, and then a pig pile at center ice by the Lancers. Oh, my goodness. Well, folks, I've been doing this 3 years. Never have I seen a game this exciting in my young career of bringing you this Lancer hockey action. Oh, my goodness. Such a nail biter that if you're one who bites your nails, you're not going to have any fingernails left when this one is said and done. So we're going to take a break. There's going to be an overtime period, after which if no one scores, this game would end in a tie. That would kind of be a shame after what we've seen so far today. Oh, my goodness. So it's Curtis Harper who ties the score at 6 in the dying seconds of this affair. So St. Thomas with a 5-goal performance in the third period. They trailed 3-1 going into that final frame. Scored 5. They took a 6-4 lead at one point. The Lancers were down by 2 in the late stages of the third period, but then battled back. Goal by Jason Parker, and then a goal by Curtis Harper in the dying seconds to tie it at 6. And, well, to overtime we go. There's going to be about a 3-minute breather here. I tell you, I need it just as much, if not more, than the players. Well, they probably need it more. I shouldn't be conceited. I'm just up here standing and talking to you and enjoying it all the while. But what a game, folks, here today. So St. Thomas, when they took the 5-4 lead, that was their first lead of the game midway through the third. Then they made it 6-4 shortly later on a goal by Ryan Benedetto, the most recent St. Thomas tally. But then Parker made it 6-5, and then Curtis Harper, in the final seconds, ties us at 6. And we've got ourselves an overtime period coming up in about 2 minutes right here. The two teams take a timeout at their respective benches. As we've mentioned today, the winner of this game is going to be in sole possession of second place. Yes, indeed. Just important piece of information from our cameraman Joe Green today. This is a golden goal overtime, the way they do it in NHI AA hockey. So if someone scores that is the whole shebang immediately. There is no finishing the rest of the time as you'd have in a basketball or something of that sort. Just like professional hockey, you score, you win right then and there. If the overtime period comes to an end and no one scores, it will be a 6-6 tie, and that would allow St. Thomas to hold on to their sole possession of second place in Division 1, because they have 2 points more than the Lancers, 34 as opposed to Londonderry's 32 in the points category before we came into this game here today. But if the Lancers can complete the comeback, not only will we be overjoyed and in very ecstatic with our overflowing enthusiasm, but Londonderry would also leapfrog St. Thomas with the 4 points for the win, and they would actually, Harper gets the assist on that final Londonderry goal. It's Mark Leach. In all the excitement and all the yelling, I thought it was Harper. No, Harper gets the assist on the 6th Lancer goal. Mark Leach gets credit for the tally. Lancers defenseman, sophomore Mark Leach, who's been a huge contributor this season. And Cooper Roy had the 5th, not Parker. In all the excitement, I could not write the goals down as fast as they happened. So I apologize for that. But Cooper Roy, the Lancers' 5th goal, and Mark Leach, the 6th, the dying seconds one that tied the game. It's an 8-minute overtime period. Sudden death, golden goal, you score, you win, and we're underway as the Saints control it. Moving it up ahead, down into the Lancers' end. Look out now, comes right into the crease. Couple of Saints whacking away at it. Foster was in there, but instead the Lancers clear this one out and down. Going to be an icing against Londonderry. Now, whenever you go into an overtime, there is the rough ice factor. It has not been Zambodian since the second intermission, so this extended game, things might get a little bit chippier out there than they usually do with the ice that has not been Zambodian in longer than usual, as St. Thomas works it down in the Lancers' end after the icing call. Lancers get it out, however. Now, if you're either team, you certainly don't want to ice the puck a lot unless it's a desperate situation, because that has allowed St. Thomas to get set up now after the Lancers iced it. But on the contrary, Curtis Harper will bring this one down the other direction. Send it into the near corner. Lancers head off on a line change. St. Thomas bringing it out now. It is the 6 of Foster. Bring it down the near side. He's all alone, though, as his teammates are off on a line change. That allows the Lancers and Colby Austin to take it away. Austin up ahead for Parker. Parker chips this one down into the Londonderry end. It goes. And in behind, that's St. Thomas on that far side. Colby Austin with a backhand, trying to hold this rush in, keep it alive, and then it squirts just out over the blue line. Austin brings it right back in. Now into the near corner it goes. Nice effort here by Colby Austin, working it around. Some help there from Moriarty to get it in behind into the trapezoid. Now out to the near side. Colby Austin, shot from their point. Score! Colby Austin, the hero, as he fires it from the near point. And the Lancers come all the way back and win this game 7-6. Oh yes, that's as sweet as the cake that anybody's mother makes, as the Lancers win it 7-6. Overtime game winner, Colby Austin, firing it from the near point. He eludes Zane Angelopoulos, the St. Thomas netminder, and it only takes 1 minute and 38 seconds of the extra period of overtime for the Lancers to complete the comeback and win this game 7-6. Oh my goodness. Well, hats off to the Londonderry Lancers. They trailed this 6-4 in the latter stages of the third period. They got a goal from Cooper Roy to make it 6-5. Then the equalizer from Mark Leach in the dying seconds, under 10 seconds to go in regulation, and Leach tied it at 6. Then we go to overtime and just 1:38 in. It is Colby Austin, and Curtis Harper gets the assist on the game winner, as Colby Austin is going to send this crowd home with smiles on their faces here on this Wednesday evening. Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations all around to the Londonderry Lancers. They win it in overtime. They improve their record to 9-2 on the season. Meanwhile, St. Thomas falls to 8-2-1. So the Lancers are going to leapfrog the St. Thomas Saints in the order of the Division I standings. The two teams might be equal in points, because I actually apologize. I do not know if they award points for a game going to overtime as they do in professional hockey. If that is the case and St. Thomas gets a point or two, they might still be equal in the points categories. The Lancers trailed the Saints by 2 points coming in here today. But nonetheless, it's smiles and handshakes, even a few hugs for the Lancers as they complete the victory effort here today. A pig pile when Mark Leach tied it in the final seconds of the third, and then a likewise celebration as it's Colby Austin with a beautiful shot from the near point, eluding Zane Angelopoulos to give the Lancers the 7-6 victory. So the Lancers certainly improve their efforts to claw their way up to the top of Division I and catch up with Salem. The Lancers are going to now be tied with Salem in points. They'll both have 36. Also in the win column, Londonderry and Salem now will both have 9 wins. So the Lancers, in the most exciting game I have witnessed in my time as the Lancer hockey announcer, come up with a 7-6 overtime victory. We'll get things wrapped up here quickly. We'll just look at the scoring summary. Lancers with goals today from Brett Evangelista, hat trick from Eric Coburn, 1 from Jason Parker. That makes 5. Also a goal from Mark Leach in the dying seconds. That tied the game at 6. And then it's Colby Austin, the game winner in overtime. For St. Thomas, Isaiah Leslie, Ryan Benedetto, Aaron Garrison, and a couple others had goals today. Honestly, I couldn't keep up with it. They came so fast as St. Thomas scored 5 all in the third period. But the Lancers win it 7-6.